Hello YouTube, Flightsimguy here. Today I'm going to do a public service. I am in Virtualcol CRJ 900. I'm at Norman Manley International. I'm going to take this for a quick flight over to Sangster International. It's a very short flight. And the reason why I'm doing this video is this aircraft, this is the Virtualcol CRJ. This one came out a couple months before the Airsoft CRJ. And this one is a sim-lite. Okay, it's not a detailed study sim, and it's only a couple notches above the stock CRJ that comes with FSX. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is several things. First of all, I wasn't able to find a decent video on YouTube that goes into details about this particular aircraft. All right, so I figured I'd do one myself. Also, this aircraft has been in the top 10 list of add-ons at FS Pilot Shop since it came out. And I figured if it's so popular for a sim-lite, there's got to be something special to it. So I went ahead and bought it and figured I'd do a quick video. Now, you've seen the latest series of videos that I've done with the Airsoft CRJ. So let's see how this one compares. I went ahead and imported all my presets for chase plane, and I just got done setting up the cameras. So this is what the cockpit looks like. Now let's take a close look at everything. All right, we'll start over here. There is no iPad, unfortunately. Cockpit textures look great. Okay, everything is in great detail. We'll go through. Let's go ahead and do this right now. The documentation. First of all, I know this comes with documentation. Unfortunately, I can't find it. But the description on the e-commerce website says it's a fully functioning cockpit. Now, obviously, I'm guessing a lot of things aren't simulated. So let's go through all of this stuff. Wiper, that one's on right there. Let's see. It's not supposed to do anything. It's doing something. Master battery is off, so I'm not sure why that's doing that. So let's do that. That's your stall warning. Push stick pusher. Those are your lights. These aren't simulated. That's your nose wheel steering. That's not simulated. This is your Efis. A lot of that looks like it's simulated. We'll take a look at that once we power this thing up. Master caution. Here is your guidance panel. Also, normally I do a flight with an aircraft before I do the video. This time around, guys, no rehearsing. This is straight making it up as I go along. This flight management computer is not a real flight management computer. It's an FMC Lite. You can program it just like that the CJ4, that Cessna. It's a FMC Lite, kind of like that. You can go ahead and punch in a flight plan, but it only uses the stock FSX waypoints, which are airports, NDB stations, VORs, and whatnot. Okay, we got our spoiler. This is our engine, throttle. And down here you have your radios. This all looks like it's modeled pretty good. Oh, by the way, I'm in FSX boxed, so this can crash at any point. And this right here is your instruments. None of these are simulated. That's too bad. Lighting is not simulated. These are your radio buttons. Weather radar is not simulated. Backup radio, that's simulated. Stabilizer trim, Mach trim, not simulated. And it doesn't seem to have the INS switches. I imagine for a sim-lite that's not simulated. None of these are simulated. These are radio controls. Cargo fire system, obviously not simulated. None of this is simulated. So what this reminds me of is the Quality Wing 757. One of my favorite aircraft. It's really dumbed down, but it's very fun to fly. I'm thinking that's what this is. Alright. And here are your flaps. Your FMC. And here you have your guidance panel. This is just a basic flight. I'll probably do a more extensive one later. Alright, let's take a look at the overhead, which I think is 2. Here we go. And here's your dome light. Okay. Power. That's not simulated. These are your hydraulics. These are your external lights. These are all simulated. These are your fuel pumps. Those are simulated. Bleed is simulated. Bleed valve. Bleed source. What is that? APU. Engine. Hydraulics. Cabin pressurization. They went ahead and simulated that. Air conditioning. That's simulated. Temperature. That's simulated. Icing systems. And your lights. Alright. And then we have these. These are all simulated. Alright, so what we have here is a complexity simplified version of the CRJ. I don't want to click around and do too many screen changes. That destabilizes the FSX box sim. And I need to move this forward. I'm in my seat. So let's go ahead and bring up the chase plane interface. We are at the cockpit view. All I need to do is move it forward. So all I need to do is go to controls and do that. And let's save it. Alright. It's raining, evidently. It's always raining in Jamaica whenever I fire this thing up. I think there might be a bug in the weather. Every time I come to Jamaica in FSX box, it's raining. All right, let's go ahead and look at our shift keys. Shift 1, 2D cockpit. It also has this interface right here, the old school. You all remember these, right? Let's go ahead and close that. And it comes up with this. Here you can go ahead and open your baggage door, baggage service, cones and chocks. Let's go ahead and take that away. That's your knee board. That's your map. That takes you out here. And the compass. Oh, actually this brings up the overhead panel. Display height overhead, although it's using the compass icon. That doesn't make any sense. And that opens the main door. Let's go ahead and close it. Now shift 1, shift 2. This just cycles through everything that we just went through. That's your old school GPS. Shift 4, shift 5, shift 6, shift 7. That's your Efis. Shift 8. Oh, this is simulated here. It's not simulated in the 3D cockpit. It's simulated in the 2D. This is where you can check all your systems. And shift 9. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and start this up and be on our way. All right. Battery master. Turn that on. Let's go ahead and get the APU going. APU fuel. Let's see what we got down here. Let's see if we can get some lights in here. It's a little bit dark. Two. Dome light. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let's go ahead and turn on these boost pumps just in case. Let's get the APU going. Alright. Let's see what we got. Man, the APU started up awfully fast. Alright. These are high-res textures. Everything looks good there. Alright, APU is going. Alright. Okay, that's your APU generator. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Let's go ahead and turn on those generators. Let's go ahead and turn on the beacon. Go ahead and turn on our hydraulics. And let's go ahead and turn on passenger signs. Emergency lights armed. That's the ELT. I think down is on. Alright. Nothing fancy here, folks. Ooh, what happened to my PFD? I have nothing on my PFD. Alright, let's go back. Turn that on. Still nothing on my PFD. Alright, bleed valves. That's auto. We want APU bleed. There we go. We have a fault in the air conditioning. Turn that on. Not sure why the air conditioning is saying fault. But that's okay. Alright, we can go ahead and do a quick engine start. To do that, let's go ahead and turn these off. All our pumps are on. And I should just be able to do a start. Oops. Control E. Control E should do it. Okay, here comes the first engine. There it goes. Second engine should come up shortly. And there goes the second engine. Alright, obviously there is a start sequence to this. It's not identical to the Aerosoft version. Let's go back to the overhead. You can turn that off. And my generators are on. Turn those two on. Take bleed to both engines. Boot engine. Okay, that's not right. We're getting juice from the engines. We don't need the APU anymore. Turn those on. Turn on an air conditioner. Yeah, boot engine. Come on, guys. Seriously? Alright. Turn on all my lights. Turn that off. All my hydraulics are on. Let's take a look at my messages. Alright. Okay, got rid of the pumps. Parking brake. Alright. There we go. And yaw damper. That should be over here somewhere. There we go. Alright. Got the radios. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Primary. See? That's pretty cool right there. Let's go to hydraulics. Surfaces should be... There we go. And look at that, folks. That is pretty cool. Not too shabby for a aircraft. You can start with Control E. Alright, let's shift 8. Let's go back over here. I can't change it here. I can change this over here though. So let's come back over here. I think what we want is this. There. There you go. You can just click on it. Not too shabby. Alright, let's do flaps. Okay. And let's take a look at our Efis. Here's your nav source. GPS VOR1. GPS is obviously this once you set it up. Hectopascals, inches of mercury, B. This is your range. It's zooming in here. You can pop this in and out. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is very cool, actually. And here your Efis is in 2D. Let's go ahead and turn on our wipers. That is pretty cool. Pop that in and out. Pop this in and out. Pop this in and out. And here you can change it also. That is very cool. Alright, anti-skid. Arm that. Thrust reversers are armed. Let's go ahead and take a look at this for a moment. Alright. Ident. Okay, we don't need that. Menu. Position. Should already know where we are. Alright, route. We are at MKJP. We are going to MKJS. And that's it. Runway 12. Next page. Here's where you can enter your additional waypoints in between your departure and your destination, but we're not going to do any of that. Perfinet. We're going to cruise at 10,000 feet. FMC light, gentlemen. FMC light. Execute is not simulated. Prog. Not much of a prog. Legs. No legs. Takeoff. Approach. Not simulated. Nav data. Ah, here you go. Airport. Enter identifier. M. Clear. K. J. S. This is similar to the FMC that Cessna CJ4 that I got. All right, I'm doing this flight VFR anyways, so it doesn't matter. All right, I don't need don't need my wiper. Let's go ahead and turn that off. There we go, off. All right, let's get going. Shift P. Alright, let's take a look at our trim. Trim needs to be... Okay, that's 0. Just leave it right there. See how we look on the outside. External modeling looks very good. Brakes. External modeling, exquisite. Alright, looks like we're taking off from 30, not 12. That's fine. Alright, I paid $24 for this thing. And like I said, the description on the e-commerce website doesn't tell you much about the capabilities of this plane. Also, it comes with a gazillion liveries. It has a CRJ 200, 700, 900. It has at least maybe 24 liveries. And there is no product key. You just buy it and install it. It's a sim-lite. So a lot of the cockpit is not simulated. It simulates just enough for you to fly this thing and have a good time. Now, I will find the documentation. I don't know where it... Whoa! What the hell? Alright, so I got raindrops. Okay, they probably did this on purpose. Let's see what happens here. Look at that. I'm telling you, man, if they had put that in the description, shit, I'd have bought the plane just for that. That is freaking awesome. No wonder this thing is such a good seller. Sounds are good. Engine sounds are really, really sweet. Now, if they really want to simulate this thing properly, you shouldn't need a wiper blade in an aircraft. Truth of the fact is, yeah, I'm right there. Truth of the fact is, a lot of the Cessnas, they don't have a wiper blade. Why? Because after a certain speed, the water just runs off the windscreen, no matter how dirty it is. Alright, I'm assuming there's nothing coming. I'm not even going to call for takeoff. I'm just going to go ahead and make this flight. I should probably get a weather report, though.
Airport information, Quebec.
Okay.
1550, wind 327 at 5.
Alright, so thunderstorms in the area. That might be an issue. Jamaica's pretty small. Whatever the weather is, it's probably the same thing in Montego Bay. Taking off on the wrong runway. But that should be okay. They obviously did this really, really half-assed implementation of raindrops on the windscreen so that you can use your fancy windscreen wiper. And I can appreciate that. We'll go ahead and humor them and keep this running while I take off. Like I said, this is going to be a completely VFR flight. All I need to do is take off, fly heading 330, or just go north, hit the coast, then go west and just look for the airport. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Engine sounds are much better than the Aerosoft. Like I said, guys, normally I do a practice flight in a new aircraft before I do the video, but I figured I'd half-ass it today. Alright, let's do a rolling start. Oh shit, that's not a plane, is it? Alright, let's get rid of that. Whoa! What the hell? Oh wow! I must have had to trim from hell because I just took right off. Okay, gear up. Now, that's a sim-lite for you. I started rolling and plane just took off into the air. Flaps up 1. It's using the default sounds for gear and flaps, which is fine. Flaps up. Alright, and compared to the Airsoft, this one is ridiculously overpowered. I'm already overspeeding. Alright, just go ahead and trim up.
Don't sink.
Alright. Oh yeah, this one has a ton of power. Alright, let's just go ahead and head for the sky here. Okay, we're hitting some turbulence, hitting some chop. Let's just go ahead and get through this bad weather, and I should be good. Alright, so here's the thing, guys. Not all add-on developers strive to deliver a flawless sim experience. Alright? Some add-on developers figure, you know what? Not everybody dreams to be a pilot of, you know, near perfect implementations of the real world thing. Some people just want to have fun, and that's exactly what this plane is. I mean, I just took off, you know, 1/4 down the takeoff roll, which is kind of incredible. I'm already at 10,000 feet. This thing is like a freaking fighter jet. The cockpit shake is awesome. And it's grossly overpowered. I don't need to worry about stalling. And my window is fogging up again. Now, I'm going 200 miles an hour. Water is not going to stay on your windscreen at those speeds. All right. I'm flying through the middle of a thundercloud here. Okay, I'm heading north. Let's go ahead and bank this to the west a little bit. Go heading 330. So far, guys, this is a lot of fun to fly, as unrealistic as it is. Okay, there's the north coast. Oh yeah, I forgot to check the sound. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, now I can go ahead and bank. As you can see, actually, my the flight plan is actually right here. That FMC light, I mean, you know, it gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know. So what? You don't have waypoints for SIDS and stars. BFD. The truth of the fact is, let me think about this for a second. You may not have the waypoints for SIDS and stars in the FSX database, okay? But check this out. The FSX database can plot a location based on geographic coordinates because the simulator simulates the whole world, all right, with regards to geographic coordinates. So if you go into SimBrief, do a flight plan with SIDS and stars, export it to a FSX flight plan file, import it into a sim-lite aircraft like this, your SIDS and stars will show up because those SIDS and star waypoints are simply geographic coordinates which FSX recognizes. It may not be in the saved database, but it will show up on your screen. So saying you can't fly SIDS and stars with a plane like this is not accurate. You can, you just can't program it. You have to go to SimBrief, do your flight plan there, then come over here. Alright. So far it's a very nice bird. Let's take a look at the progress page. By the way, I'm doing this all automatic, no autopilot. Progress page. DTG. This must mean distance from Norman Manley. 72. These numbers are not changing. Ah, there it is. It's a really, really basic progress. Doesn't do anything about fuel. Speaking of fuel, I'm not even sure how much fuel I have. Fuel quantity, I got plenty of fuel. Alright. Am I still climbing? Whoa! 21,000 feet! How the hell did that happen? Alright, let's trim down. Whoa, this thing is overly sensitive to your trim. Alright. Let's back off the gas. I'm already too high. At this point, I can literally glide to Sangster. Engine ice detected. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright. Well, I was flying through the thing. Alright, so it simulates ice. That's good. Let's go ahead and turn those on. Turn these on. And turn these on. Let's turn on all of them. What the hell? I'll turn that on too. Alright, so it simulates icing. Well, that's pretty cool. I am still climbing. It's overly sensitive to trim though. I mean, I just hit the trim once and look at that. Overly sensitive to trim. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hit my trim button one time. And look at that. I went from 2,000 feet per minute going down to climbing. Jeez. Alright, so managing your vertical profile with trim is kind of awkward here. So I'm just gonna have to use my stick. Wing ice detected. That's fine. I have all my icing systems on, thank you. We'll see how this bad boy handles the landing. Let's take a look. It has that thing. Let's go ahead and check out that thing. Here we go. Old school GPS. There it is right there. 43 miles. That's your shift 3. And I'm climbing again. No, I don't want to climb. Yeah, they need to fix the trim. Actually, the first thing they need to do is fix the spelling of both engines. That's ridiculous. Both engines. Give me a break. See, look at that. I'm 2,000 feet down. You know, this plane could be great. This plane could be great. Okay, where is the trim for this thing? Not exactly overspeeding, but I'm going kind of fast. Where's the trim for this thing? Usually it's on your yoke, and it probably is in this case. See, I'm climbing again. Okay, let's do this. It's not going to climb if I don't have any thrust. So let's go ahead and kill the engine. I'm not going to use my trim here. The speed should bleed off and the nose should come down. Speed is bleeding off. The nose isn't coming down. You know what? Let's do this. Heading. Altitude. Oops. Let's do this. Alright, folks. Autopilot's coming on. And we want altitude, vertical speed. Okay, where is the here it is right here. Let's go ahead and come on down a little bit like there. And then hit speed. Actually, I'm kind of slow. Whoa, what's happening here? Alright. They've implemented an auto throttle in this thing, fellas. Alright. Leave it right there. And it's doing the vertical speed thing. Alright, that's pretty cool. It's implemented an auto throttle. Again, it's going to make it fun to fly, but not very realistic. Alright, let's see how the plane turns. Okay, heading. Alright, so when you're flying with the auto throttle, this is actually pretty cool. And then you can also fly, just go ahead and hit nav. And what that will do is it will pick up what's in here, assuming you have this turned to GPS. Yeah, to GPS. Alright, while that's happening, let's come on down here. I don't like how the cockpit's kind of dark. I want a little bit more light, but most of this lighting thing isn't simulated. I should be able to remove this. The stick. The more stuff you have running in your startup tray, the greater your sim is destabilized. I'm surprised this thing hasn't crashed on me yet. Probably will shortly now that I said something. I'm getting outstanding frames, by the way. Frames are in the 50s. This thing is good on frames. Now, got my nose down. Trying to lose some altitude. Speeding up like crazy. Alright? So let's go ahead and do this. Alright. That's some nice looking spoilers there, boy. And that spoiler is supposed to arrest my descent rate. There we we go. And it is. Look at that. By the way, I forgot to do this. Of course, I'm just increasing the chances I'm going to crash by doing that. Alright, on the A buttons. Won't bring you much. Alright, so I got the spoilers out. I don't need the auto throttle. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Alright, virtual call. Not bad. It's a little bit expensive though. I mean, 24 bucks. Then again, you get a million liveries. Lots of simple improvements you guys can make to make this a winner. You can start by spelling both right. It's both engines, not boot engines. Let's go back to the front. And flight model. That needs some work. Needs a significant amount of work. Yeah, so the flight model, the FMC, you can leave that where it is. Maybe some better lighting. And I think the airport's over here. Let's take a look. Yep, there's my cruise ship is right here. The airport is actually back here, behind that ridge. Okay, let's turn that off too. All right, 6,000 feet. That's fine. All right, let's go ahead and bring in. Yep, they're in. And at this point, I'm going to fly it in myself. Alright. Ah, nice. Okay, we got rain, so I need my wiper. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm sorry, but that is so adorable. This plane is perfect for some new kid new to simming. Alright. Just my altitude. Still coming down. I'm downwind. The runway is right there. Right here. And it's runway what? What runway is it? 30? 12? Not exactly sure. Is it 7? I think it's 7. So let's go ahead and turn my course needle to 070, which is right about here. There. All right. Let's go ahead and turn on my landing lights. Those should have been on. That's my speed. I want to keep it right around here. I don't want to be climbing. I can go ahead and give it 1 notch flap. So I'll usually use flaps to make sure you don't fall out, stay flying. But in this plane, I don't think that's a problem. All you need to do is trim up. I should put it through a stall, but oh well. All right. It's amazing how your windscreen goes from wet and rainy, clear and dry in a second. Flaps 1. Okay, we got that little balloon. Let's go ahead and make our turn to base. We're at 3,000 feet, getting kind of slow. Engines back. Now usually there's some notches here that tells you when you're flying too slow. You know what? Here, let's do this. I have not used this application in a long time. It's probably gonna crash my sim, but what the hell? FS Recorder, baby! The best freeware for FSX ever is FS Recorder. Only problem is all the best features only work with FSX boxed, which hardly anybody uses anymore. Primarily because it's so unstable. But I love FS Box. It's my best simulator. It looks good, I have the best frames, and I can use FS Recorder. But 9 times out of 10 it crashes on me. Now, since I've been using Chase Plane, it seems to be a lot more stable. When you install Chase Plane, it doesn't uninstall EasyDock, but it kind of shoves it aside. If you want to run EasyDock, you have to go in and make the change to run it. But once you set up Chase Plane, it pushes aside EasyDock, and my FS Box has been a lot more stable since I've been using Chase Plane. Alright, there's a runway right there. Let's get ready for landing. I've got many more notches of flaps. Right there. We'll go ahead and lower the gear. Alright, let's see how much fun this is to land. Clears up again. Whoa! Really? Approaching stall. Bring the engines back. Okay, what's my altitude? 2,000. Okay. Another notch of flaps. Alright, make up your mind. Are you gonna rain or are you not gonna rain? Oh, wow. Okay, what just happened there? It's got a big balloon. Alright, I'm ready to make my turn to final. Yes, I am! Whoa! Okay, I need to put my nose down to build up some speed. Okay. Bring the engines back. 2,000 feet. Is this a go around? No, this is not a go around. I can do this. I was way too late on my turn. Alright. Laps 30. So you have to push the stick down. The trim is overly sensitive. Okay.
Ground, World Travel 53903, IFR to Greensboro, ready to copy. World Travel 53903 is cleared to Greensboro, airport is filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 10,000. Departure frequency is 120.8, squawk 0724. World Travel 53903, clear to Greensboro Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 10,000. Departure on 120.8, squawk 0724. World Travel 53903, read correct. Contact ground on 121.7.
400. 300. 200. 100.
Minimums.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Thanks, third ground.
10.
World Travel 53903 with November, ready to taxi IFR. World Travel 53903, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 7, using taxiway Foxtrot Alpha. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready. Taxiing, hold short runway 7, using taxiway Foxtrot Alpha. World Travel 53903.
That was almost too easy. Turn on my wiper again. Oh man, this wiper alone is enough to make me want to buy this thing. Flaps up. I'm 100% sure that wiper is not simulated in the replay. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this around. Park. And run the replay with FS Recorder. Now, not sure what's making my simulator so stable, but I'm 100% sure that 2 or 3 passes with FS Recorder and it's going to crash like a bag of rocks. Go ahead and turn this off. And you know, the truth of the fact is, considering how much the Aerosoft CRJ costs, you know, you can make a good argument that this is a better add-on. You really truly could make that argument.
Third ground, World Travel 53903, ready to copy IFR clearance to Greensboro. World Travel 53903 is clear to Greensboro Airport is filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 12,000. Departure frequency is 120.8, squawk 1727. World Travel 53903.
That's what the progress says.
Clear to Greensboro Airport is filed. Fly runway heading, climb and
There it is.
maintain 12,000. Departure on 120.8. Squawk 1727. World Travel 53903, feedback is correct. Contact ground on 121.7 when ready to.
Alright. Let's go ahead and park right here. See how the jetways take to this thing. Oh, all right. Set the brakes. Control period. I'll screw the jetways afterwards. FS Recorder, stop recording. All right. All right. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, folks. Let's see if I can shut this thing down. There goes engines 1 and 2, and I forgot to turn on the APU. We will not be turning on the APU. Let's turn off all of these anti-icing systems. Let's turn off my hydraulics. Let's turn off my lights. Now this thing doesn't simulate everything, but it simulates what counts. That's what's important. Air conditioning is off. Fuel pumps needs to be off. There we go. And battery power. Turn that off. And these off. It doesn't simulate everything, but it simulates what it needs to make it fun. Alright, so this is the Virtualcol CRJ. Let's go over pluses and the minuses. $24.95 from FS Pilot Shop. I'll go ahead and say this doesn't have an install key. That means you can pirate the ass off of it, pirate the hell out of it, which I do not recommend. You know, buy the damn thing if you want it, okay? These people work hard for it. It's pirating business. It's compatible with FSX, FSX Steam, all versions of P3D, including P3D 4.0. It comes with at least 24 liveries. It has all sorts of versions of CRJ, 200, 700, 900. It has a little wiper. That is so freaking cool. This alone makes me want to spend the $24 and buy it. I swear to God. And it does that thing where it artificially fogs up the window so you can clear it with the wiper. This is the first add-on I know that does that. This is complexity simplified. It's not as polished as the products from Quality Wings, but they dumb it down and they make it fun. Sounds are good, and high-res textures in the cockpit. You know, it looks good, and it has an FMC light. Now, it won't allow you to program SIDS and stars, but you can fly SIDS and stars. You just have to plan it with a separate flight planner. The cons. This trim wheel's got to go, man. This trim wheel, you know, it makes hand flying it a little bit awkward. The flight model, I won't say it sucks, but it's obviously not accurate. I should not be the one to judge because I'm not a real pilot. But being able to rotate off the runway like 5 seconds after giving it maximum throttle, I'm pretty sure the real thing doesn't do that. I'm 100% sure this comes with some decent documentation, but I have absolutely no idea where the hell it is. I have searched in the Sim Objects folder. I've searched in the Airplanes folder. I've searched my Windows file system. I cannot find where the documents for this thing is. I'm going to have to hunt some more. And the Autopilot, it does the same thing that the CJ4 does, where you can it simulates an auto throttle with the speed. I'm used to using that speed knob for what it really is to use for, which is to manage your vertical profile or manage your ascending and descending rate. It's not used to manage the auto throttle, but this plane implements it that way. That said, this thing, in my opinion, oh yeah, and last but not least, and this is probably the biggest thing, guys, you got to do better than that. I mean, you have to do better than that. All right, I'm guessing the outfit that developed this, English is not their first language, but still, you got to do better than that. And I'm 100% sure if I look carefully, I'll find other misspellings all over the place. But boot engines, that one just stood out, you know, clear as day. And I had a hard time starting it, but you know, Control E settled everything. So, but hey, this is actually a lot of fun to fly. I'm gonna do another flight right now. I don't know, something where I can explore the details of this aircraft, you know, in greater detail. But this is what actually was a lot of fun. Really and truly is. All right, so let me go ahead and edit my my FS recorder videos. With all its quirks, this is definitely a thumbs up. Guys, if you want a CRJ to add to your hangar, this one's a lot of fun to fly if you can get past the various quirks. Alright, I think that's it for now. Hope you found this useful. My name is Flightsimguy. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.